Good evening, I am Utando, and tonight we're having a conversation around conscious reflections and the art of investing.
So ladies and gentlemen, just to introduce myself, my name is Mina from Remy Martin, and this, what you have in your glasses, is a Remy Martin XO. And everything here on this table is basically a representation of the elements that best represents the XO.
Good evening to everyone. We are effectively at a home, and the home happens to have been converted to an art gallery. We call it the Mart House Gallery.
So the plan today is that we'll talk a lot about investments, but we want to approach investments in a very structured and simple way. 25 years post-democracy, I think we realize that the way we've defined freedom hasn't been the right one. And so, you know, if you're talking about conversations to have in 2019, if I look back on the 24th on Christmas Eve this year, I'll probably think this is one of the most significant. So definitely a lot of value.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Sarika. I am the owner of investments at African Bank, very proudly so. What we need to understand is that people are aching to connect. We need to make ourselves available. We need to make ourselves approachable. We need to get our hands dirty into understanding what it is that needs to be solved out there in every location, in every township.
I know that in any investment there must be an underlying asset.
As you were speaking, the first thing I was thinking, okay, sector, to understand the risk-return characteristics of what you're talking about. Track record. How long have you invested this 1 million to generate the 9 million that you mentioned? Management team, which talks to credibility, that I can trust that whoever is managing this asset will continue to generate the return profile that you've spoken to.
It's absolutely key to pool funding such that the lower to mid class can access that funding, which is required in South Africa to advance the economy and create the jobs that are so needed in this environment.
You've got to have structure, governance, oversight, deep track record, deep management experience to give people comfort. So it's really something I think the country needs to unlock. How do you deliver capital, to grassroots without requiring, a massive track record where there is no track record?
Let's face it, if you're here, you're privileged. You are the exception. The real problem in the country is that there is no middle class. There is no middle class because there is no asset base for the majority of black people. Why? Because you get out of varsity and you're already in debt. And even if you're not in debt, your first paycheck is going to be split 6 ways.
How many people in that situation can actually borrow a whole R1,000,000? How many people can actually pay back that piece of R1,000,000?
The entire world is looking at Africa for ideas because when it comes to creativity, we've got it here. But now, do you regard us as assets? How do you invest in us as artists or in the work that we do?
As an investor, I do want a return. I want my money to come back, and I want to have comfort that there are independent people that are overseeing your processes, and management is just not going to run off with my money.
I think the value of this conversation and where we are right now in South Africa is perfectly timed. We are in a space where a lot of institutions that we had blind faith in are needing to be questioned, they're needing to be challenged. I think it's a conversation that is important for us to understand why money flows the way that it does and where it should be flowing in order to make the most impact for the most people.
It's been a very, very awesome, exciting night. I mean, sure, it is very important for people to learn about investing. And art is one of those instruments that people can use to actually invest. And not only that, but to also invest in the creative economy.
My key takeout was that we are slightly over-regulated. We need to do more as a country that needs to stimulate its economy, and therefore that's something that one needs to have a look at, or government needs to look at as well. Yeah.
The biggest takeout today was around shared value, and that we can't continue without understanding that now we're moving into a world of networks.
My key takeout from this evening is I would encourage professionals to think beyond the confines of their 9 to 5 and bring the thinking and training skills and expertise that they have gained in the institutions that they work in to the communities that need solving. The change begins with us. It begins in us interrogating the reality that we live in and interrogating who it actually serves best. So the only way of shifting institutions is to shift the people within them, to have the resources, the thinking, the approach, and essentially the critical mass to start doing the important work that needs still to be done.
And I think the only way we can actually understand what we need to solve for is when we connect at this level.
What a privilege to connect with old Wumbo friends in this space, to discuss and debate what we all can and should be doing to ensure that capital is accessible to all so we can get on with the business of solving the real problems facing this country.